We're now going to solve the following quadratic equations. We've got x squared minus 4x plus 6 is equal to 2x minus 3, and we'll look at these two in a minute. Okay, so the problem with this, it's not in the correct format. What we've got to aim to get it in the format is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the obvious thing to do is to take 2x from both sides and add 3. If you take 2x, this becomes x squared, minus 4x take 2x gives minus 6x, and 6 plus 3 gives 9. That's not equal to 0. So now that's now in the correct format, and we now solve it using either product sum factors or splitting it into brackets straight away. So the product will be 1 times 9, which gives you 9. The sum will be equal to minus 6. The middle number here. So the product you get by multiplying those two together, the sum we get by that. And factors, again we require two numbers whose product is 9 and the sum is minus 6. Again, I encourage you to stop the video and try to think for those two numbers for yourself. Did you come up with minus 3 and minus 3? If we check those, product minus 3 times minus 3 gives you 9. That's okay because that's what we wanted. And the sum will be minus 3 plus minus 3, and again that gives me minus 6, and that's what I wanted. We take the quadratic and write down x squared, and we split it up into minus 3x minus 3x. It doesn't matter if we've got the same thing. Plus 9 is equal to 0. So you're only splitting up the middle term. Group the first two together. What's the common factor? X. So you're left with x minus 3. Bring down the minus sign. Group these two together. What's the common factor? 3. And you're going to get x minus 3 is equal to 0. If you factorize that out, x minus 3, you're going to be left with x minus 3. So you could write x minus 3 squared is equal to 0. So either x minus 3 is equal to 0, which gives, taking away 3, x is equal to... Sorry, you add 3 because it's the opposite of taking 3. So you give x is equal to 3, or x minus 3 is equal to 0, which give, again you add 3, x is equal to 3. So you get the same answer twice. So there's only one answer, x is equal to 3. This is called a repeated solution or root. Now, if you want to think about the graph of a quadratic, this is the case where the vertex of the graph just touches the axis once only. Right, the next type, 2x plus 3 squared is equal to 49. Now you could expand the bracket, take over the 49, put it equal to 0, but there is a quicker way of doing it. The opposite of squaring is to take the square root of both sides. So if you take the square root, you're going to get 2x plus 3 is equal to the square root of 49. Now the square root of 49 is plus or minus 7, because minus 7 times minus 7 gives you plus 49. So in this case you need to take plus or minus, and then you just proceed as follows. Either 2x plus 3 is equal to minus 7. You subtract 3, so you're going to get 2x is equal to minus 10, divide by 2, x is equal to minus 5. Or 2x plus 3 is equal to plus 7, and then you take away 3, so 2x is equal to 4, and then divide by 2, you're going to get that x is equal to 2. So again, we've got two solutions, x is equal to minus 5 or x is equal to 2. So when it's written this way, it's far easier probably just to take the square root of both sides, and we just need to remember to take plus or minus. Similar sort of idea, but a more complicated one. If we want to find the exact solutions to this, again we take the square root of both sides. Taking the square root on this side, we get 5x minus 2, and then remember we have the plus or minus square root of 20. Now we can't take the square root of 20, but we can apply some of the rules of surds to it. So 5x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4 times 5. This is the rules of surds, and then 5x minus 2, remember we can now split this into plus or minus the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. And this is why it's good that you need to learn previous mathematics in order to apply it to a new situation. The square root of 4 is 2, So you get 5x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 2 root 5. So either 5x minus 2 is equal to minus 2 root 5. So add 2 to both sides, you're going to get 5x is 2 minus 2 root 5. And then divide by 5, you're going to get x is equal to 2 minus 2 root 5 over 5. Or 5x minus 2 is equal to plus 2 root 5. And then add 2 to both sides, you're going to get 5x is 2 plus 2 root 5. Divide by 5, you're going to get that x is 2 plus 2 root 5 over 5. So there are two answers, and we can write them like this. X is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 over 5. And this relates greatly to the quadratic formula, which we're going to look at in a later video. Okay, so this has been another video to show you how to solve some quadratics by some different techniques other than factorisation. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.